Welcome back. We have another look at some great products from Good Smile. Last time we showed you the Nendoroid Krang, which was kind of a deluxe size in its scale, and we talked about the standard size Nendoroids. So today we're going to be showing you some standard size Nendoroids. So today's review is sponsored by Good Smile, who sent us, among other things, this nice match of Disney characters. One of their sublines is Disney. We talked about Turtles. We talked about all sorts of video game characters. They have a lot of sublines, and Disney is one of their great lines. And as we told you last time, the Nendoroids are sort of this smaller, chibi style, and I think that's perfect for Disney characters because a lot of them have that sort of vibe, particularly Minnie Mouse here. I mean, just look at the packaging on this. Great job on the packaging, by the way. I mean, they have the little polka dots to match her bow. But you can see what I mean about that small cutesy style, and it's just perfect for Minnie Mouse. You can see on there the different facial expressions. She has some accessories. It's sort of like she just leapt out of the television and appeared right here on your shelf or your desk, or wherever you're going to display it. So, I mean, just looking at the box perfectly captures it. I can't wait to check it out. Huge Disney fan myself. We were just there after Comic-Con, and we shared some photos from our time there. We'll be going back soon. So this is great to see this, and any Disney fan would certainly love it. And the other one we wanted to show you is from their Princess line here, and that's Aurora. So Aurora, again, they really played up to her character. You can see all these rose artwork on the side. Briar Rose was the name they give her when she was hiding. She comes with a bunch of accessories, including one special little bonus accessory, which is this paper cardboard bed with the sheet here. I mean, it's Sleeping Beauty. You have to have a bed, right? So they manufacture one that's in the box here. We're going to be checking it out in a moment. So she has some alternative arms and additional accessories. We'll be checking all that out. But just wanted to give you a quick look at the box so you get an understanding of how these play really to the fandom and everything from the artwork all the way to the character design and the features. So you can just see the artwork in the boxes. It's nailing Minnie Mouse. It's nailing Aurora. So perfect. So why don't we hop right in and start checking these guys out. I'm going to start with a close-up because you guys want to see this product. You don't want to see me. So we're going to start with Minnie Mouse here. And we're just going to pop the top here and get into the character right away. So one piece of tape at the top of the box, and this slides right out. Very easy packaging. I don't know if you can see this with the glare, but we'll try to pop it out here. There is a great little insert. This is perfect here. So this is Minnie's apartment, basically. You have the couch here and everything. So if you wanted to display her, you could retain the cardboard that is inside the box, and this makes for a really nice little display on your shelf. So really nice little bonus extra detail there included in the box. And we also have that stand here for Minnie Mouse that we'll be checking out in a moment as well. But I want to get to the figure first. And you can see here, you have Minnie in her box. She's got a little cupcake here. She's got Figaro on the other side, and of course that amazing Minnie Mouse. And then at the bottom you see this little book she's reading, along with an additional arm we'll check out in a moment there, and then her alternative head. So a lot going on here with that Minnie Mouse. We definitely want to start by taking a nice close look at this figure. So they have a lot of, oops, and there goes her leg, I'm sorry. They have a lot of little parts wrapped up here to prevent any color rub while it's shipping. So you're not going to get any, broken down parts with any rubbed areas on it, still wearing down the paint. So we'll just make sure we get all these off from the character. But then you'll be able to see a nice Minnie Mouse. So while I'm pulling these off, let's give you a nice 360. And you can see those great colors on Minnie Mouse here. She looks absolutely amazing. I love they really nailed that polka dot look for her, and they really nailed the all the looks essentially. I mean, Minnie Mouse was someone that really recycled that costume over and over again. So I don't expect a lot of difference here in how she looks. But they definitely nailed that look of just joy on her face and all the little attributes of Minnie Mouse. I'm sure she pairs well with the Mickey in the line, but right now we're just going to be showing you the Minnie. But all the way down to her brightly yellow colored shoes, they really nailed that look for Minnie Mouse. So I'm still trying to pull these little pieces off here. I might be doing this wrong. There might be a way to pop the leg out or something to do this. So I'm just kind of pulling them through and that might be why it's taking me so long. But here we go. We got the Minnie Mouse all set here. We got this leg back on there. So yeah, I mean, I like how this looks right off the bat. I don't need anything else with it. It just looks amazing. You could have her waving here. She's got some nice articulation to her. These arms move here. The hands have additional articulation in the wrists. There's additional articulation on the shoulder. The head has some great articulation on this ball joint. I want to say the ears. No, the ears don't move here. The tail has some articulation. I can move back and forth. Even with this bulbous head, look how easy that center of gravity is on this thing. I don't even need this stand, but they give you this stand if you want it for some more dynamic poses. But you don't really need this stand. This character balances so well. That's really impressive. Sometimes you will see characters that are that you think would balance well, but just don't. This character definitely balances well. And then we have this nice little Figaro to include with it. Looks great here with the little bow on the cat. So Figaro has some articulation in these front legs, so it's nice, and the head turns. So they give you a little bit more with that in the character. Minnie Mouse also includes, as I showed you in the close-up here, her cupcake. Minnie Mouse likes to bake, so we have a nice little cupcake with a ribbon, and I'm sure you can manipulate these hands here to hold this cupcake. I mean, wow, look at that. I didn't have to do anything. It perfectly fits in there. Great engineering on this figure so far with its ability to hold everything here. And we have some more accessories here. I just want to make sure I get these pieces off. But yeah, I mean, that is some really great engineering. Usually you have to find exactly the right play to balance something. That is not the case with Minnie Mouse here. It's working pretty well. So this additional part here, based on how the legs looks like it is for angling a leg or something like that, because it has that frill to match the skirt. I'll see if it's in the instructions here. They do list out all the parts, and they just give you the option of being able to, I guess, turn her ankle out with the additional part. If you wanted to, you could swap that in. Let's give that a shot. We'll give that. Oh, that was the foot and not the leg there, but we'll give that a shot here. And you could put this piece in here, and I guess this piece on here. And that just gives you a little more of a dynamic display. I might be doing this wrong. I'll play around with it and figure it out and have it another shot. But I lost both her feet while doing that. But yeah, you could swap that out for a little dynamic leg piece in the bottom there if you wanted to. But these pieces, this was kind of good that I did that because these pieces are easy to take out on and off. So if you wanted to manipulate the character, it's fairly simple to do that. And they're firm. I mean, they're not just dropping on me. They're holding together. She's not just teetering forward. So why don't we switch out the arms really quick, though, so we can do that nice book pose, and we'll try the face really quick. So I'm assuming with the face here, and I haven't really read the instructions, the face just pulls off. Oh, there's an eye. And the other face rolls on because it is just going to be a pressure-fitted piece here. And then you could just swap on the bow. So now I have my alternate face on Minnie Mouse. Now they gave you a set of other eyes here as well. They look very similar, so I don't know if it's if you lose the set. I'll check those out in just a second. But the eyes just go right in here. We'll try moving with the other eyes and see if there's any difference. So with the arms, they just kind of pop off here at the higher point up on the shoulder. And you pop these other arms on. They have that little red strip to keep it consistent with the dress. So a nice little detail there. And you could switch it out this way. Oh. And then when you get those in, these are the book reading arms. So you could switch it. I mean, look at that face. That is a great job on that face too. Very animated style face. You could put her little card in here. I guess this is a card from Mickey. And you could have her reading it, and that just looks like, again, like it's an animation cell. I mean, that is an amazing job they did on this. Looks really great. You have another set of arms here, and these are more, I guess, for putting your hands on your hip kind of arms. So we'll rotate those in as well. But again, very easy. We like to do hand tests for a lot of characters on this channel. And sometimes we have problems with hands, like they break as we try to put on and off. I had that problem in particular with some of the NECA hands. I have not had that issue with Good Smile. They've been very good with how their accessories are designed, and I really appreciate that. It just makes things easier. So we have these sort of hands that you can put on your waist here, and then we can switch out that head. Why don't we take a quick look at those other eyes while we're on it to see if those change anything or if they're just a spare set of eyes. Not too clear on the instructions. I think, no, there's an English side. Here we go. I was just reading the Japanese side. There is an English side. It doesn't, it does acknowledge that there are other eyes. So we'll see if there's any difference in the eyes here. So quick popping off of the bag, and we get into, so I remember these from the Link one I had a long time ago, and you can put them on different points on this this platform, and it just connects to that hole in the back of the character, and you could hold them like if they were jumping or something like that. She could be in midair, and this would securely hold her because it would securely hold her up like that. But that's not the case here, but it's an option. So the eyes, I want to say they don't look too different. They just look like extra eyes. Yeah, based from what I could see here, so I don't really need to open these. They look like they're exactly the same, maybe a little bit further spaced out. We'll give it a shot. What the heck? You know, might as well. We'll see if we could tell any difference in the eyes of the face here. Being thorough, just so you could experience it for yourself here. So like I said, again, these are perfect for anyone, I think, in a Disney-oriented fan base, particularly kids. I don't know what the rating is on this. I'll check on the box in a second. But I know my kid was excited when she saw it. Here is the eyes. So I don't think there's a difference here. If there is, I'm not noticing it. They look very similar to me. So I think it's just an extra set of eyes. Maybe they get scratched, you have them. So that's really nice. But that is essentially your Minnie Mouse with Figaro and her little cupcake here. You might want to put your cupcake hands on when you hold your cupcake. But they give you a nice assortment of accessories here. A little expression in the face with that alternative face as well. And of course her signature bow and polka dot dress. So everything you could want from Minnie Mouse in this one great little package designed here for fun, very expressive, and just great with a ton of articulation and very easy to balance. Okay, with the Aurora one, I pre-opened it just to save us a little time here. And again, it has this great background of the Aurora's castle back here, which I believe that's the one out in Disneyland in California. Cinderella's castle is in Disney World. So again, we have this great figure and the set here. And you can see, quickly go over the accessories. You got that spinning wheel here. You have a rose, of course, Briar Rose. You got the titular character herself with an alternative set of hands. And this time we're going to have 3 different facial expressions. So a lot going on this one. And then an alternative dress piece. So we'll get to all that in just a second. Why don't we start again with the character. Hopefully I struggle less in taking it looks like there's a lot less plastic wrapping on this one this time. So I learned the easiest way to do it is to just pop the respective pieces off, like the head there, and then to just pull it out. So that is a quick and easy way to do this without worrying about having to get a piece of plastic stuck on the figure. And then these pieces all kind of go right back in. They pop right back in there. And then the faceplate will come off, and that's just how you kind of change the faceplate, the hair for the faceplate, and then it will pop off there. So why don't we start by checking out this great character. So up close here, you can see that she has all the hallmarks of Aurora, essentially, which is that pink dress with the, sometimes it's blue, with the coloring there and the jewelry and her little crown on top. And then that great long golden hair that sort of wraps all the way around. She's got that great little chibi style design, very fun for that. Underneath, you can see the little white frills of the dress are there as well, and it creates a really big base with her shoes. It's a nice little detail they kept, even though you're not going to see this, they still kept all that detail, and it allows for a huge center of gravity and a big balance point, which is really great. Under the hair, you can see that little point there for using the attachment, which is, this time it's kind of arced to fit in order to hold her. But like I said, you don't really need that. These characters balance really well on their own. So it's nice if you're going to do some more dynamic poses, but if you just want to display them, they could work on their own. You don't need that extra equipment there. She's not going to have any movement in the legs because of this dress, but you can still bend at the waist a little bit. The arms here, oh, I popped this one off. The arms have a little bit of articulation at the bicep, and at the wrist they're turned. But she's not going to have a huge range of shoulder movement like Minnie Mouse had. Her head is on a ball joint, so that could move every which way, so that's great there. But again, there's a little bit of restriction because of this great hair, so that sort of limits where she can go on the side. We have that spinning needle, which is kind of the spindle here is an essential part of the story, so you need it. So if you wanted a little interactive section where she could sort of reach out and touch it, you could do that with a little mysterious face. Let's see here. This is probably the more of the inquisitive mysterious face. So we're just move this head out. So this one, you're going to move the hair first as the faceplate is underneath that. Then you're going to pop out the faceplate. Hopefully I get this to function. I think this one is a little bit trickier. Usually the first time you do it, it's just stuck in there. I got that to go. Here we go. And then you're going to pop in the new one. So just line that up and then put the hair plate right back on top. Fairly easy. The first time you usually get a little stuck there. But she has this little mysterious, inquisitive face here. So she could reach for the, as she reaches for the spindle, you could have her in that sort of inquisitive look. The other look she has is the sleeping look, and we will use that in just a moment. I want to use it when we assemble the bed, but first I want to show you the rose, which is a little tiny, so I want to make sure I get that out there. We have this tiny little rose. It's very nicely colored, and we have these two alternative arms. Now this allows her to, like I said, she doesn't have that shoulder joint, but this will allow her to have more, or the appearance of articulation, as these arms could come in on an angle now and create more of a sort of forward look for the hand if you wanted to do that. But the other one is kind of important because it's how you hold the rose. So we kind of need that. Oh, I got a little, her bicep came out there. So you kind of need that. And I guess you could mix and match the biceps, the angled biceps with the straight biceps, and have these hands go a couple different ways. I'm just going with the standard stock here on this. So these should pop in the, the circle here. I kind of feel like this would be easier if you took the head off. I don't know if that's the designed way you're supposed to do it, but it just gives me more room of getting under here. If you have big hands like mine, it's not going to be easy to move in this space underneath this head. So if you want to get a really secure grip, my recommendation is popping the head off and then getting the arms in there. Now I can get that rose in that hand, that very narrow stem. That's going to be a very secure fit. And then I could pop that head right back on top. And then make sure you get that lined up and doesn't move with you while you try to push the head in. So that is the only extra little bump there. And there we go. So we got our rose with Aurora rose, or Briar rose, I'm sorry, with the rose. And then she has her little once upon a dream look about her. So that's all set there. So the only other look for her is this additional piece that goes in front. Now this additional piece is a section of the dress here that pops out and allows you to change the dress plate essentially. So you could find the little gaps on it and you see these two little connectors and pop this in here. So from the scene where, I guess the final scene where she had her ball gown on and the, I forget if it's Merryweather or which the blue one was, But they was it Fauna maybe changed the dress from pink to blue, back to pink, back to blue, so that has that little element there to it. A fun thing that I guess Good Smile could have did is, I'm a kid of the 90s, and the thing we had a lot in the 90s was color change. So it would have been fun if this would change the whole dress blue if it was exposed to cold, and then back to pink when it warmed up. That could have been a fun little extra feature, maybe a bonus version if they released a chase variant or something in the future. Fun little thing to consider, because it just lets you have that dynamic of the character. And it's just a fun feature to be able to change the whole dress back to blue, back to pink, back to blue, back to pink. So fun feature, but you get that little edge at least, so you capture a little bit of that character there. So the only other thing I want to show you is the bed, and that is right here, and I'll build this in real time. That's on the back of the box, and there are instructions on how to assemble this. So we'll take it here and figure it out together. Basically, it's just cardboard, but you're also going to be using the base component here in order to support Rose in her, or Aurora rather, in her sort of sleeping stasis. So I want to carefully take this out, because this is cardboard, this is not plastic. So be a little bit gentle with it. And then there are instructions here. I'm not sure what this is here. This looks like a little storybook. So that's fun. It's a little extra piece here, and it's a little mat. We'll see on the instructions here, kind of tell you how to take that cardboard and bend it to create the illusion of the bed. So before we do that, we're going to quickly adjust our Aurora here and get her back into sleeping mode. So we'll just switch the hands really quick. We're just going to take the head off and save ourselves a couple of seconds on this one. There's the two hands. She touches the needle, and now she is going into sleeping mode. So we're going to switch out the head again by removing that hair, just like we did last time. A little shaking motion sometimes helps these move. See, the faceplate came off a lot easier the second time. Like I said, sometimes the first time you do this, they could be a little bit tricky, and it just doesn't want to move as well. But it will after it gets a little bit of wear on it. So now we have the sleeping face. You can see the sleeping face here, and the sleeping face with the arms at the side. I think that's just easier for her being in a sleeping position. And what we're going to do is, oh, I knocked the arm out. Get the arm back in the socket. And then what we're going to do is we're going to suspend her in this bed here. So like I said, that portion is right here where we're going to sneak this into. And once we get that in there, it should help us give the illusion that she is resting, or in her sleep curse here, waiting for, I forget the prince's name on this one, but you can see how it gives the illusion that she's suspended in this look here. We'll have to find a little bit of a medium where she's balanced, because there we go. So now she's balanced and it's not tipping over the base. So we have the base here, and this is very easy to do. You just kind of fold it this way, and then the pillow is, I'm sorry, I think you got to fold the pillow out first. The pillow is here, the blanket is here, and it just kind of sneaks into this tab. So once you get the proper alignment, you kind of bend this, put this in here, and then cross it in. There we go. And I'm doing this in real time. There's no editing, so if I'm making mistakes, you're seeing me make the mistakes. Like the first mistake I made was this goes over the top. I think like this, and then this goes right here. So a little bit tricky, but once you get it, it should hold up pretty well. Actually, I think I had it right the first time. There we go. It's probably not going to be perfect, but here we go. And I'm going to slip her in here, and then we're going to get the pillow out after I get her aligned in here. And like I said, this is going to take a little playing around to get it ideal, but once you do, it should look a little nice, probably a lot better than this. I'm going to play around with it just for a minute to get it perfect to show you at the end, but this kind of gives you a rough idea of what it looks like. We'll look at the instructions, see if I get it a little bit closer, but you can see her in the bed with the pillow here underneath her head, and she's suspended to give it that look that she is in her little hibernation. So one more thing I will do is show you this little extra book. I think this is fun because I recall the movie started off with the opening of the book, and you go inside of that, and this is made out of a nice thick plastic stock, and you get this little stand piece to come with it as well, so you could sort of put this up and make this a little bonus display. So in addition to her background that we showed you, you also get this little cardboard, or I'm sorry, plastic display of the Sleeping Beauty as well. So a lot going on with this character. They are just a lot more offered to it. Two more face, an extra face than the other one. Little accessories, this bed, and then of course this little background. So that's your look at Aurora. All right, I was able to get Aurora centered a little bit more, and that really helped because she fits in there nice and neat. You don't see the display stand. She's still hovering there. You can see that pillow right here. The blanket it's not optimally working for me, but you could probably manipulate it by bending it more to get it tucked in. But she's going to protrude through it a little bit anyway, so I think it's fine when it's a little bit raised, but it works. It's a nice little addition to this already surprisingly packed set, and she's clearly the rose here in the set. And Minnie Mouse looked absolutely amazing. I mean, perfect. They have all these great little details on it that really capture Minnie, and I love the cupcake. I love the Figaro edition. So great little set, going to pair well. You're going to have to get Mickey too. So these are both available right now from Good Smile. We'll have links for you guys, and I think they range in around the mid 40s to the mid 50s in price, depending on when you get them. So check out those links and pick them up right now. They'd be great for that Disney fan in your life, or if you're a Disney fan like me, they'd be great for you. They're definitely very versatile in who they appeal to. I told you I'd check out the age on here to see if there's recommendations. It just says not for children under 3, so fair game above that. So if you got a kid that loves Disney, I think these are perfect for them. They're cute little chibi style dolls. They don't break easy. The parts easily come out so you can manipulate them, so you don't have to worry about the kids damaging it. They look really adorable. They would be great on any little shelf or dresser or anything like that. Or if the kids just want to play with them, there's a lot they could do with them too. So good for collectors, good for kids, good all around. Good Smile, right? So definitely check these out. Check out more products from Good Smile in the link on the video and on our website as well. You can check out our other Good Smile review, and we're going to have more for you next week, so tune back for that as we wrap up our gift guide in the next week and a half, just before Thanksgiving. We'll have all of this surmised along with everything else, breaking it down by stocking stuffers, fandom, video games, etc. So just tune back to see how all of that is put together, making it easy with links for you guys to grab this stuff. When it's on shelves, we'll let you know when it's on shelves so you can find that as well. So as always, like, subscribe, and follow, and have a wonderful, magical day. We will see you guys next time.